Hi there. Welcome back to part 8, Losing the Boomer Blues. I'm going to continue on from where we left off yesterday to catch you up a little bit and so you won't be lost. I'll just read something from the paragraph over again. So here we go. I focus on the events in my past that brought me joy. It's helped me work through my fears of growing older in my twilight years. Now, I'm not dreading looking back in time, if you can understand that. Yes, I think I do. And you enjoy the adventure? Yes, I do. That's all that matters. Hypnotherapy helped Mary cope with her phobias and her feelings of loneliness. Knowing how much she was progressing by revisiting the past, Dr. Klein felt she would benefit by going under and remembering her life back when George was alive. The shades were clearly taking over where hypnosis left off. He told her to lie comfortably on the couch and relax. He dimmed the lights and began to count. She followed his voice as she breathed in and out, going down deeper and deeper into a peaceful relaxation. By the count of 5, she fell into a trance and was relaxed. The doctor then guided her back in time to resolve issues that were still troubling her. Through Dr. Klein's guidance, Mary could clearly see that her past experiences were coinciding with her now, which allowed her to cherish and protect these previously fearful and neglected memories. Her recollections transformed from dreadful, anxiety-laden to treasured. Sorrow was no longer a welcome guest. It wasn't worth dwelling on. She was finding her purpose in life. God would guide her into the light, away from the darkness. By the time the doctor slowly brought her out of the trance, Mary was awake and feeling refreshed and totally relaxed. She felt her burdens were lightened every time she was hypnotized, but today she felt even more certain that she was on the road to true happiness. Why worry about what you can't change? She was developing self-awareness and was content with life in the present. Dr. Klein was able to help Mary change her state of mind by the power of suggestion. She was now content in the now, letting go of her troubles and embracing the positive events in her life. Her life had purpose. She realized that she had been living in a type of purgatory, and now she was no longer in a quagmire of her own making. Her future appeared brighter. It was remarkable how living in the now suppressed her worries and encouraged her to look forward to life without regret. Mary was aware that her vintage sunglasses had transported her back in time, helping her find the good times, not the bad. It seemed counterproductive to focus on her past so much. Yet, somehow, the past was helping her live in the now and lose the boomer blues. She was no longer stuck in the hopelessness of aging. She was moving forward with optimism. To experience her past in the present was a gift, and the sunglasses and therapy had given that to her. Everywhere she walked, she remembered yesterday. San Francisco was her city. It was where she had grown up, bonded with her friends, married her true love, and raised a wonderful son. Her future seemed promising. April 2017. Mary and Jane walked through Golden Gate Park, headed for the DeYoung Museum. They were on their way to attend the members-only viewing of the Summer of Love experience. A poster of a sign reading Haight-Ashbury was placed along the pathway to the museum. It set the stage for the exhibition. Lucy was in the lobby and motioned for them to join her in the long ticket line. As the line began to move, they spotted some mutual friends and waved to them. Two young girls in front of them, enjoying the nostalgic atmosphere, noticed Jane's love beats and complimented her. She shared the story of the day she bought the beads at an outdoor concert in the Haight in the summer of 1967. They were eager to listen, so Jane shared more memories with them. Soon they reached the counter, presented their membership cards to the clerk, and received a pass and entered the exhibition. Lining the exhibition entrance were large black and white photographs telling the tale of the hippie movement through rarely seen vintage photography. Immediately they were transported back in time. Everywhere they looked, they saw relics from the historic hippie movement. Walking through the photo exhibit, they connected with the people in the photographs who were all kindred spirits. It was 1967 all over again. Feeling nostalgic, they moved from one installation to the next. They were reliving the performances of street artists, anti-war protest marches, visits to the free clinic, and free concerts in the park. There was a room devoted to a liquid loop of video that recaptured their psychedelic experience during the 60s rock concerts at the Fillmore and Winterland. They were spellbound as they walked into this area. While imagining famous groups performing on stage with this psychedelic light show as a backdrop, they began to sway to the music as if in a trance. As they walked on, they came to an entire wall displaying flamboyant psychedelic art posters promoting rock concerts held at the Avalon Ballroom. Each one brought back memories of their various experiences in the Bay Area music scene. The three friends had attended numerous rock concerts held at the Fillmore Auditorium and Avalon Ballroom. Bob and the Flames, the band their boyfriends had formed, had played with many of the famous Bay Area bands who had headlined shows at the Longshoremen's Hall. Bob, George, and Fred had been friends with Jerry Garcia, Janis Joplin, and Grace Slick. Eyes open wide, they continued through the exhibition. Collectibles that were once a part of the Summer of Love were on display. Mary was drawn to the psychedelic album covers of rock stars such as Santana, Jimi Hendrix, Creedence Clearwater, Country Joe, and Janis Joplin. She had owned these albums as a teenager and recalled listening to them nonstop in her bedroom after school. Lucy was attracted to a colorful gypsy peasant dress on display. The vintage dress reminded her of one she had once owned. Mesmerized, Jane stood in front of the display of the film footage from the Trips Festival held at Longshoremen's Hall. She recalled being there in January of 1966 with Mary and Lucy dancing in front of the stage as Bob, Fred, and George performed. Jane was blown away as she flashed back to those 3 days of non-stop rock and roll. After the exhibition, Lucy offered to take Mary and Jane home. Her car was parked on John F. Kennedy Drive, 2 blocks up from the Diem. As they walked to the car, Lucy excitedly said, "That was incredible. It's as if we've gone back in time. Golden Gate Park is alive with the energy of the 60s. As she came closer to her vehicle, she noticed her left front tire leaning to the side. She frantically cried, "Oh no, my tire is completely flat." Mary replied, "What a drag. We need to call AAA. I'm a member, so I'll call them, and they'll be here in no time." We're going to stop here, and we'll continue on tomorrow, and that'll be part 9 of Losing the Boomer Blues. Ciao for now.